everyone. How are you doing today? Are you having a good morning?
Yes.
My name is Maleno.
And I'm Joyce.
And
Where's James?
Sorry. Traffic was awful. My bad.
It's okay. We haven't even started.
Good,
Don't worry
good.
about it. Did
I'm
everyone
James.
else hit traffic? I hit some traffic today. So today we're going to talk about apologies.
I'm so sorry. I'm really clumsy today. I apologize.
It's okay, don't worry about it.
Get myself together
It's
here.
okay.
Did everyone see what just happened here? Did you hear what James said to Joyce when he came in late and when he bumped into her?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, he said, I'm sorry. He was using apologies.
And apologizing is important because if you do something wrong or if you hurt someone, you want to say that you're sorry. And it depends on the situation on how you say your apology. It can be formal, less formal, or informal.
So, if you're using a formal apology, who might you say a formal apology to? Melissa?
My boss?
Yeah, your boss, your employer. Bushra, do you have any other idea?
The president?
Yes, the president, or maybe your teacher, or other authority figures, such as a police officer. You want to be very formal with them. So we're going to practice saying some formal apologies, such as, I beg your pardon. Repeat after me.
I beg your pardon.
I beg your pardon.
I beg your pardon.
Melissa, I beg your pardon.
I beg your pardon.
And please use gestures so you show you're really sorry. Daisy, I beg your pardon.
I beg your pardon.
Please excuse me.
Please excuse me.
Stephanie, please excuse me.
Please excuse me.
Alex, please excuse me.
Please excuse me.
And you can also say, I'm extremely sorry. Shamima, I'm extremely sorry.
I'm extremely sorry.
I'm extremely sorry.
I'm extremely sorry.
Good.
And there are less formal ways of apologizing. You use this when you don't know someone very well, maybe like your neighbor, an acquaintance, a friend you just made. I would like you guys to repeat after me. I apologize.
I apologize.
Shamima, can you say this after me? I apologize.
I apologize.
I apologize.
I apologize.
I apologize. Okay. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm really sorry.
I'm really sorry.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
And then there are informal ways to apologize. You saw how I apologized to Joyce and Maleno when I entered because I know them well. Those are the informal ways. I simply said sorry, or I'm sorry, even my bad. You almost notice that you'll use your hands when you do that. So those are the easy ones. Can you repeat after me? Sorry.
Sorry.
Or just, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
How about my bad?
My
Have
bad.
you ever heard that before, that expression, my bad? It's used, it's a very new expression. Laura, can you just say my bad?
My bad.
And it's funny, the way you say it would be, you know, you don't just say my bad, you have some feeling in it. Go, my bad, my bad. So say that, would you mind when we say my bad?
My bad.
That's an easy one, very good. Thank you.
So when someone apologizes to you, do you just look at them and walk away? I think that might be a little rude. You don't want to ignore that someone said sorry even if they bumped into you. So we need to practice ways to respond to an apology. And the reason why we need to respond to someone who says I'm sorry is because in America it is polite to not feel like you're superior to someone else. So let's practice some examples. Don't worry about it. Everyone respond. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
No worries.
No worries.
Melissa, no worries.
No worries.
Laura, no worries.
No worries.
Alex, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Daisy, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Shamina, say, never mind.
Never mind.
And also smile, just to show that you're not mad. Can you practice that, Stephanie? Never mind.
Never mind.
Good.
going to do now is, we'd like to demonstrate for you now, we're going to do a little practice exercise. So please watch and listen to Joyce and I as we demonstrate a couple of example dialogues. When you hear an apology word or phrase, just put your hand up briefly to show that you've heard that word from among the sentences that we're going to say. Okay, so in the first one, Joyce will be, and you can see on practice number 1, you'll see the dialogues we're going to do. Joyce is going to be Yunfei and I will be Mr. Linley.
I'm really sorry I was late for class. I overslept.
Well, you missed a quiz, but your other grades are high.
I apologize again. I won't be late tomorrow.
Okay, don't worry about it. Very good. You all heard the apology words in there? Did you also hear a response to an apology? What was the response that you heard to an apology in that dialogue? Anyone?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. And I think that was probably the only one. The other sentences did not have that. It was just, but that was the final thing that I said, is don't worry about it. And Americans kind of, they want a response from an apology to show that it was at least processed, and whether it's accepted or not, that remains to be seen, but hopefully it would be. Okay, so we have another dialogue here.
Okay. So on practice 1, on number 2, please look at the dialogue. When you hear us practice the dialogue and say it out loud, I would like you guys to raise your hand when you hear an apology. So James is going to play Hyungmi and I'm going to be Julia. Please listen carefully and raise your hand when you hear the apology.
Hey, you forgot to meet me for lunch today.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I waited for 30 minutes.
I was talking to some classmates and forgot. Sorry. What were the 2 apologies that you heard? Can someone give me one?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, and another one?
Sorry.
Sorry, yes, you guys are right. So do you guys think that this is formal, less formal, or informal? What do you think, class?
Informal.
Informal, why? Yes.
They're friends. They talk.
Yes, that's right, that's right. So, I would like Bushra and Laura to take the role and practice this dialogue. So Laura, would you be Kyungmi? And Bushra, could you be Julia?
Hey, you forgot to meet me for lunch today. Oh, I'm sorry. I waited for 30 minutes. I was talking with some classmates and forgot. Sorry.
Thank you.
In practice 2, we put slips of paper on each of in front of each of you. These papers are a pair of conversations. Each one has an apologizer and a responder. You'll see the number, and then the letter A or R for the apologizer responder. We want each of you to play the role. This is a situation. Write down, maybe if you want to, you could write down what you'd like to say for whatever number that you have. Okay, for example, we'll do the first one for you. Joyce and Maleno will do the first one. The situation is, you spilled your drink on your classmate's grammar book.
I'm so sorry, Maleno. It was an accident.
It's okay, don't worry about it. I can buy a new book tomorrow. It's okay.
So you see, for each of each situation that you have in front of you, and you have them in pairs, if you'd like to write something down, if you're ready, if you think that you're ready to go ahead and take that and perform the apologizer and the responder, and you have to make up the words. The words aren't there for you. This is just a situation. Take a moment to write down what you might say as the apologizer for the situation, and how you might respond to that. You might have to work with the person who writes the apology to see what your response can be. Anybody need any help? Everyone understand what we're doing on this? So basically, it's up to you. You work with the pair, the person next to you. What phrase would you use to apologize in that situation? You decide the level of formality. It's up to you. Do you want to make it a formal, a less formal, or an informal apology? Okay, simple sentence. Is anyone ready to do a sentence, to do their apology? Melissa and Nozomi, I think you have it figured out. Who is the apologizer?
I am.
You are, okay. And what is your situation?
I'm late for my English class.
Okay, so pretend that you're in that situation and you're apologizing to Nozomi for being late. And let's have her respond to that apology.
I'm so sorry that I'm late. There was so much traffic. Don't worry about it.
That's very good. That was kind of a combination of a kind of a less formal and an informal apology, but that happens. And sometimes you might want to show some more sincerity, so you would bump it up a notch from informal to less formal. And you noticed I did that when I entered the room. The second time I had to apologize, I was a little bit more, added more sincerity to it. Who else has who has number 5? Pair number 5. Alex and Stephanie, do you have a sentence?
I'm sorry, but could you say that again?
Okay, I'll say it again. No worries.
Very simple, very simple. And the no worries, it's kind of an Australian response, but it's common now almost all over the world. It originated in Australia. No worries, mate. Australian. Who else is ready? Who has number 3? The situation is you borrow your teacher's umbrella and then lose it.
I'm extremely sorry I lost your umbrella.
Don't worry about it. It's okay.
There again, that's very good. There was a combination of a formal and an informal, but that's okay. It doesn't always have to match exactly. And the last situation was number 2, Laura and Bushra. Who is the apologizer?
I am.
Okay, go ahead, please.
I'm really sorry, but I have to leave early from your party.
That's okay. Drive safe.
Very nice. And I love the way you added the drive safe in. So there's an apology and there's a conversation. It's not just an apology on its own, it's all part of the conversation.
Today, we discussed the topic of apologies. There are 3 types: formal, less formal, and informal. Can someone give me an example of a formal apology? Anyone? Yes, Daisy?
I beg your pardon.
I beg your pardon, yes. What about a less formal apology? Can someone give me an example of a less formal apology? Yes.
I apologize.
Thank you. And an informal apology. Will someone give me an example?
My bad.
My bad. Thank you. We also learned that there are many ways to respond to an apology. Do you guys know any responses to an apology? Can someone give me an example?
That's all right.
That's all right. That's all right.
One thing you want to remember when you are apologizing or accepting an apology is the gestures. You notice in almost every situation that there was an apology or a response to an apology, there was a hand gesture. Sometimes it's, oh, I'm really sorry. I'm sorry, from the heart, I'm sorry. Or just, I'm sorry, it's kind of, I feel small and bad because I'm sorry. So there's always a gesture. It may be subtle, but don't just, I'm sorry, it's okay. That never happens. Always make some kind of a gesture. I'm sure it will come naturally to you.
Alright, I'm so sorry. You're gonna have to excuse me, but our time is up for class today. I'm so sorry.
It's okay, and it's okay. I think that the students have learned very well about apologizing, how to apologize, the different levels of apologies and responses, and it's very good. Thank you, class.
Thank
You've been
you.
wonderful.
Thank you.